Okay, I was going to try to type this up, but I figured it'd just be easier if I told it like this. So, Rebecca, first of all, thank you so much for going with me tonight for many reasons, but number one, making sure I did not get arrested or embarrass myself. I don't think I did. I think I did okay. Pretty proud of myself. This is the result after the whole comeback. My hair was actually like fixed, I had contacts. I was all like, "Ooh, look at me! I'm going to attract you, but you will not see me." That's exactly. Except I thought he would see me. Who is he? You're asking. Benedict Cumberbatch. Hello, hello. Okay, so here's what happened. Let me start at the beginning. First of all, he's in New York promoting Star Trek Into Darkness, and because I'm a crazy stalker type person, I knew he was going to be here, and so I tried to figure out if it was possible for me to glimpse him in some form or fashion. And I found out he was going to be on David Letterman, and there's a lottery for that, so you just put your name in, and they contact you if you're lucky, and you can put down a guess. So I put down Rebecca without telling her, and I thought I'm not gonna hear back about this, but then I found out that the premiere, which they had said was going to happen, but they didn't give any details until earlier this week, and all they said was ANC, Lincoln, 7 p.m. Small affair because it's just Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto and Benedict Cumberbatch. It'll be small, which I guess it was kind of small, but I'm jumping ahead of myself. So we had planned we were going to definitely go to that. And part of this plan, I was like, well, if I had this one opportunity, I've got to be like so smoking hot that he just can't handle himself. These are the thoughts that go through my head, and I'd apologize for them, but they're part of what make me me. So me, what am I gonna do? But then yesterday at about 4 o'clock, I got a phone call from Letterman. Yeah, Letterman himself. Dave called me and he told me, not Dave, it was some guy. I apologize, guy. I don't remember your name, but he left me a voicemail, told me to call back. I did. I had to answer a trivia question in order to get the tickets, and I panicked at this point because usually I'm okay. I'm pretty okay under pressure when it comes to this stuff, but this was a big deal. I would be in the same studio breathing the same recycled air as this man who I admire and respect and just think is a fantastic human being. And my mind, it clearly even now is just like not really accepting the fact that he even exists on this planet. Because I mean, for no lie, I really feel like up until I saw him, I thought he was like a figment of everyone's imagination. I'm like, is he an android? I don't believe that he is real. But the question was, Paul Schaefer plays an instrument in the band, and he sings. What instrument is that? Guys, I have watched a lot of David Letterman, and I know that Paul Schaefer sits right there in the front and he plays an instrument. But what instrument jumped into my head was not the instrument that he plays. And I was like, and I said to the guy, this is one of those times where I know the answer, but that word that I want is just not coming to me. Only word I could think of was harmonica. And I was like, no, I know that's not what it is. And then I said, that one with the keys that I can't remember what it's called. And then I said, wait, it's keyboard. And he said, yeah. This guy thought I was crazy. And he was right. He was right. And he asked me, are you going to be an enthusiastic audience member? Yeah, I think I will be. Which I was a little less enthusiastic. So, long story short, or maybe not, because this is a really long, drawn out story, but you clicked on the link, so I guess you could stop it if you don't want to hear the rest of it, but why wouldn't you want to hear the rest of it? It's going to be great. Anyway, so got the tickets, called Rebecca. She was on board, thank God, because the thought of me going down there by myself in the state of excitement that I was in, I don't think everyone that I worked with can attest, and those poor students that I had to deal with because I worked late last night. Um, it was just whites of the eye and pupil. All right, it was just like I had crazy eye. I had crazy eye because I just could not believe that I had gotten so incredibly lucky to get these tickets on this particular night when he was going to be there in this country, in this city. Oh, I've never been so happy to live here. Amazing. So, so along with that was the drama. What am I gonna wear? What am I gonna do? What if he sees me? What if this is it? What if this is it? I don't really know what I thought this it was. I mean, what, he's gonna see me? First of all, those lights are gonna be incredibly bright. He's not gonna see me sitting out there. And then what's he gonna do? You're the one I've been waiting for. Yeah, no. What kind of craziness happens up here? But this is me logical after the events. Before, not so much. Um, I took 3 outfits, including the one I was wearing, 2 separate pairs of shoes, 2 belts, makeup, deodorant, hair clips. What else was in there? That was pretty much it. I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, and it was no problem. Unlike other mornings when I'm like, ugh, 5 a.m., sat straight up, and I was like, let's do this. Let's get beautiful. Yeah! Straightened my hair. Clearly did a great job. And then it was humid. So partly the humidity is blame, partly it's just, my hair. Um, did I mention? Oh, yeah. So put on the dress that I wanted to wear but had belt loops, which is why I bought the belts. But the belts were too big because I'm an idiot and didn't check the holes that were on the belt. Stupid. So when I got to work, luckily one of my awesome coworkers had brought all these cardigans because I asked her to bring some like really bright ones because I wanted to pop. Because again, I wanted to be like, that one, she's the one. Because I'm a lunatic. I found a really nice, she has a really nice aquamarine that had gray, accents in it. I didn't need to wear a belt. Great. Had that. Had shoes. Um, One of the girls pulled my hair back so that the frizz was a little less crazy. Did most of my makeup, not all of it. They took over. They're like, no, you clearly not qualified to take care of your own face. So we're going to do that for you. Left work, 12 o'clock, traveled downtown, had to be there between 1 and 2 to make sure that we got in, got there, got in line, got our ticket, got our instructions, went and ate. I had not eaten since early that morning because I felt too nervous. When I rode on the train, I sat straight up, couldn't even listen to headphones because I was nervous, anxious, okay? Anxiety, extreme anxiety. Why? Again, lunatic. This chick right here, cuckoo head. So then we go back to the theater. Wait. It was a lot of waiting, okay? It was a lot of waiting. This was a test of my patience. But I couldn't really think about the fact that it was a lot, like time was passing because I just kept thinking, he could be here already. He could be in this room. Oh my gosh, what if he walked past? And Rebecca kept saying, you need to relax because you're freaking me out. And I was like, I'm sorry. I just want you to know that I don't know what's going to happen when I get in there. Because I kept picturing, the sold out Beatles concerts, and there's that girl doing the ugly cry. I was going to be that girl. I knew it. I knew I was going to be that girl. Or I was going to faint, or I was just going to lose what little sense that I had left, and I was going to storm the stage and get arrested and embarrass myself. So I needed a sane person there. And so she had to, I had to make her happy, come on. Loosey goosey. I don't even know half the stuff that I said, but apparently I wasn't making any sense. It seemed perfectly logical to me. Heck, maybe I'm not making any sense now. But anyway, we get into the studio. No cameras, none of that stuff. So can't exactly tell you precisely the chain of events, but we were if you're looking at the stage, we're on the right hand side, like 4 rows away. It was like they knew I had a perfect line of sight to the guest chairs. Perfect. Got worried for a minute. Thought the guy in front of me was going to block me. But he kind of leaned to the left. I was like, my new best friend, dude. New best friend. So there was a comedian came in, warm it up. We got the band going, and for the commercial breaks, for us it was the band playing. Really good stuff. Soul Man, I know all those words. Dancing along. Jack Hanna came, hysterical, saw these really cute animals, and then it was the moment. the moment I've been waiting for. And every time I thought he was coming, we sitting normal, right? I kept leaning up. Rebecca pushed me back. Leaning up. I don't know if she thought that the leaning up was just a preface for me standing up and going up there and just being like, like some kind of wild panther or something. But then he came out, and I did not blink for the entire interview at all. And I felt so embarrassed for him because they did this whole bit. I don't want to give it away because it's going to air in about half an hour. But there's a part, and you'll clearly see the embarrassment on his face. And I felt really bad. And I also agree with someone that I met on the outside. David Letterman had no clue who Benedict Cumberbatch was. I don't even think he had a hard time pronouncing his name. He kept saying it really slowly, and he made a huge mistake. You'll see it if you watch the show. And you better watch the show. Look for me. I'm on the left-hand side. When they're doing the sweep, they sweep from left to right. Remember, I'm on the right side facing the stage. When they do the sweeps from left to right, I'm over here on the left, wearing an aquamarine cardigan, looking probably like this. Some kind of crazy person. So you should see me, okay? Afterwards, we go outside, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna see him, because here's the van. So they had behind these barricades across the street, and I got a shot, because all he did was come out, he was like, and he climbed in the car. I was like, what? Could he even come over here? And at this point, poor Rebecca, she was probably thinking that I'd had enough, No, I had not had enough. We walked, on the sidewalk. We walked all the way to the theater, and there was already people there behind barricades. I guess the word of the day is barricades. Barricades! I felt like I was in Les Mis, except not. Um, and there's people there. Again, I don't know if this is just me or maybe everyone does this. I was making friends in there. Hey, who are you here for? Oh, Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Benedict Cumberbatch. Started to think for a split second I might be the only one, and then I realized that we were the majority, which is humorous because he's the only one there that's not from this country. Intriguing. Um, so we stood there. We got there probably. It was supposed to start at 7. We got there around 5ish or so. So we're standing, chit chatting. How do you think this is gonna work? Do you think we'll be able to take photographs with them, or do you think we'll just get autographs? Mind you, I, like an idiot, had not walked with anything to have them sign. I didn't have anything to sign with. The nice people that I met there, a mother and daughter, lent me a Sharpie, and she tore out a piece of paper from her notebook. I was like, I'll just lay it on my hand and he'll just write on my hand. And they were like, oh, he could just write on you. I was like, I don't think I'm at that level yet where I'm having write on me and then what, like tattoo it on me? No, I don't think so. Nah. But I kept thinking, oh God, what if I could get a photograph with him? If I could get a photograph with him, forget the autograph. I'm not gonna like pressure him to give me all these things. Just the one will be fine. So we're standing. 6:30 comes, no sight of them, and we're thinking to ourselves because they have a tent set up with the red carpet and all the press and all of that. They're gonna have to come, and they're gonna see us, and they're gonna see them, and get inside by 7 o'clock. They have to come. No. 6:45 comes, no sight of them. 7 o'clock comes, still not them. They did not show up until 7:30. Benedict was the first one. He was in the first truck, and he had his window down and was waving out the window at us, smiling and waving, and we were losing our crap. We were losing our crap. And when I say we, I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about all the people over there. Oh my God! And I'm trying to take pictures of a moving vehicle of someone waving. Most of them did not turn out well. I got one of him like peeping out the window. One that was decent. Now, instead of getting out of the vehicle and coming over to us, he went straight into the tent because he was late. And then here comes Chris and Zachary. They didn't even roll down their windows, did not even look at us, went straight into the tent. The way that we were set up, we were over here like in this corral thing. And the way that we had originally stood, we were like really close to the barricade. But over here in the tent, we're in the back. I'm 5'2". I couldn't see anything at all. Nothing. Held up my phone which everyone else had, and some crazy fool had an iPad. They're holding this huge iPad up, taking pictures. So they're blocking all of us. It was just, I just got a bunch of the tops of heads and arms and phones. That is what I got pictures of. Utterly disappointing. Utterly, utterly, utterly. Now, mind you, he was nice enough to wave at us. And he did wave at us from inside, or so I was told, because I could not see him waving. There were moments when people would be like, "Hey!" And I was like, what happened? Oh, he looked over. Oh, Chris looked. Zachary looked. I'm like, meh. So I'm back there chit-chatting with all these other people. Oh, this really stinks. They did not come over and do anything. One girl did manage to get her poster. We passed it along over there to him. And that was probably the biggest thing that occurred. Huge disappointment. But I have to count myself lucky because I did get to see him on David Letterman, which was a huge, awesome experience that I'll never forget. But I have to think there'll be another opportunity. But everyone there was like, "Are you going to be at the Today Show too tomorrow?" I was like, "Yeah, no. You have to be there at 4:30 in the morning. I have to be at work." Crazy people. But it is going to air tomorrow, the Today Show. I think that he's in the 9 to 10 o'clock slot. He's also on Jimmy Fallon, which a lot of those people were going to see Jimmy Fallon as well. Yes, I know I sound like a crazy stalker person. Yeah, get over it. Um, so this concludes what is the lengthiest video I have ever made. And if you make it all the way to the end, kudos to you. Because it was really rambly. I'm sorry. Sorry at all. So that was it. I'm going to bed now. It's 11:10 p.m. and I'm old and I'm sore from standing for a bajillion hours because we were there at what, 5? And I didn't get home until like 9. So that was like 3 hours. Spent like 3 hours on my feet. I know it had to be longer than that. Maybe we didn't leave until 8:30. What time did I get home? Maybe it was more like 9:30 when I got here, cause we weren't just standing around there for just half an hour after they got there. Gosh, time doesn't even work properly. My battery died on my phone. Craziness. Craziness. But the good kind of craziness. Which is kind of my tagline for life. Okay, this really is the end now. Okay, good night.